Greetings of the day. I am Simi Mathew from Mahe, and I will be presenting ethical and sustainable fashion initiatives in India and Australia on behalf of the UNSW Mahe team. The findings of the study will be discussed on the basis of the Circular Fashion Framework, which explores the implementation of circular economy by the fashion industry with respect to resources, design, production, retail, consumption, and end of life. We buy new clothes. We wear them, return and exchange them too. We dispose old clothes. Do we keep track of how often this happens? Every month? 6 months? A year? Do we know what happens to disposed clothes? A premature end of life? Let's take a look at what happens. Tons of clothes are sent to a few countries in the world where they end up as landfills, and in some places they are recycled, like in Panipat, India. As a first step, these clothes are sorted by product type, then by fabric and color. Further, they are cut up and processed with chemicals to break it down to fiber. Fibers are processed to yarn and then turned into new products, which in other words is remanufacturing, using just as much of the resources. Having said that, brands like Cotton On Australia uses recycled cotton, which comes from both pre-consumer and post-consumer waste. Old clothes used to be handed down in the past or donated to charity. Now the same can be done through collection boxes like these, provided in easy access spots like parking lots. This ensures reuse, longer use before end of life. This doesn't account for all the waste at the points of resource, production and consumption. Is there a way to reduce the instances of recycling, as this too is a use of all the resources we have? We have seen the steps taken at the end of life. Let's go back to the start. Resources. These Indian brands practice mindful sourcing and production by ordering only required fabrics and producing timeless styles at longer intervals. Post-production waste is minimized by creating accessories, buttons, and some of it even turned into handmade paper. Use of monomaterial is also a conscious choice by using fabric for closures instead of zippers, buttons, and elastics. At the design stage, a few Indian brands like these have taken care to ensure longer use by producing well-constructed, durable apparel. They upcycle or refurbish garments that the customers bring to them and customize clothing too, which lends to a satisfied longer use of the product. Most Indian brands like these source organic cotton or Kala cotton, as it's called in some parts of India, which is pesticide and fertilizer-free cotton. They partner with local communities for spinning, weaving and traditional craftsmanship like embroidery, printing and dyeing, keeping in mind ethical labor practices too. Cotton On Australia sources 100% of the cotton from the Africa Cotton Program, which supports 15,000 farmers. This improves the living conditions of entire families and positively impacts gender equality. Coming to initiatives in retail, the Garage Sale Trail, held in different Australian cities, is a pre-loved stuff sale which includes clothing, ensuring reuse of clothes which would otherwise have been disposed. Another initiative in Australia is Thread Together. They divert clothing from becoming potential waste and provide them to charity groups. Most of the sustainable fashion brands in India offer repair for their products, and some even have take-back schemes in return for discounts on future purchases. However, the idea of sharing platforms is at a nascent stage. The sustainable initiatives taken up by the brands in India and Australia focus on the supply side, but not on the demand side, consumption. Creating awareness on the impacts of fast fashion among consumers cannot be enough. They have to be empowered and enabled to make responsible fashion choices through persuasive design and product service systems like product sharing, swapping, renting, take-back schemes and others. This could provide new inspiration against premature disposal and replacement of apparel. Going forward, what could promote the growth of ethical and fashion initiatives? What's next? Competitions like Circular Design Challenge for students and young designers, as well as conferences hosted by the likes of Circular Apparel Innovation Factory in India and the Australasian Circular Textiles Association are driven towards promoting new initiatives and strategies for the fashion industry. Some of the key sustainable fashion brands only have been presented. The paper may be referred for more details. Thank you.